Welcome to Texas Senior Softball Podcast. I'm Cameron Warren, your host. Today, we're going to discuss the August 1st tournament, how it finished, the top 5. We're also going to touch on some issues that I saw with the tournament. I may step on some toes here, but hey, this is what I do, unfortunately. Hopefully, we can get some clarification on how this is working. I don't know if it will be possible, but I will try to figure this out. Also, want to give Texas Crush 60s Major Plus a congratulations. They went to Indiana in the ISA Championships and won the whole thing. Congratulations, guys. I know Man Cave, they went up and took third place in Tennessee. Not sure which tournament it was. Congratulations to those guys. That's 15 over, I believe. I believe it's 15 over. Unfortunately, guys, I can't pull up these tournaments. The ones I mentioned are the ones that I know because they posted it on Facebook or I talked to them personally this past weekend. Guys, if y'all are leaving town, you go out of town, y'all want, let me know how y'all finish. Tell me. I'd love to hear where teams are going when they travel. I'd love to hear how they do. Not everything is very easily found out through the world of internet nowadays. Let's go to the August 1st tournament. We had a great turnout in the 40 and over division. We had 20 teams. It was a long day for some. For some, it was not so long. My team did not do so well this weekend. Every game was close, but we did not finish as good as we thought we would. We did not get blown out. We did not win, but everything was close. We did have a good time, though, and that's all that really matters at this point, this time of the year, this time of the season. Is having a good time. This year is pretty much shot due to the COVID-19 pandemic. 2 or 3 tournaments into the year, a somewhat brand new team trying to gel and make something of it. And hey, we had a good time. That's all that counts at this point. But let's get to the finishing of the tournament. The tournament was a good one. I enjoyed myself. The teams we played were very competitive, good sportsmanship. But here's the finish. The finish was Vivid 40, Texas Rush, Mayhem, San Antonio Canes, Roanoke, and Texas Bullets. Guys, that's a pretty stout top finish for top 6 teams. Vivid 40s was a new team. I'll touch on that one here in a little bit. Texas Rush was somewhat a new team. Mayhem, you know who they are. San Antonio Canes came up. They had a great showing from down south. Wish more teams from down south would show up for these tournaments. I'll mention that one as well here in a little bit. Roanoke. This is like their second or third tournament this year. Very good, solid team. And, of course, we all know the Texas Bullets are solid as well. So that was pretty good competition, guys. Pretty good top 6 teams, tough teams to beat. Guys, here's my issue I have with this tournament. Nothing playing-wise. I don't care who I play. I don't care who I play against. Put the teams out there in front of us. We'll play them. Here's the problem I had with this tournament. They threw a AAA open tournament, as Matt and them call it nowadays. Instead of Major Plus, it's open. Nobody signed up. Well, I take that back. I heard Quick Roof signed up for this tournament, and that was the only team, so they told Quick they couldn't play. They were the only Major Plus team that signed up. But, guys, Matt came on Facebook and gave down the rundown on how they're going to regulate this team and their point system. He very clearly stated you could have 3 major players or 1 major plus and 1 majors players to give you 3 points. Major players are a point, major plus players are 2 points. So here's my problem we had. I don't want to call out any teams. You know who you are. They came out here with a pretty dang stacked team, guys. And when I say stacked, I mean they were stacked. They should not have been allowed to play in this tournament, in my opinion. They should have been told, same thing Quick Roof was told. Thank you, but no thank you. We do not have an open division, so you're not eligible. I know for a fact they had at least three major plus players. Now, with that said, even if they claimed we were in the 50 age bracket, we bumped up to the 50s, that makes them a major player. I know for a fact that they had 2 major plus players just in here looking at the lineup. And I know they had some A-ball players, some AA ball players, some B-ball players. So I don't understand how this team was allowed to play in this tournament. It's not the team's fault. They signed up. They were told you're good to go. I don't blame the team for coming out and playing. Hey, good luck to y'all in Florida because I've heard what y'all are doing. Go down there and win it. I'll give y'all kudos for everything you do. Y'all had a good, solid team. But playing in a AAA tournament with that team, you should have won it. You should have never batted in the buffet, which I'm not sure if y'all did. And if you did, it was probably for 1 or 2 runs against some of the top teams that finished in the top bracket, which are some stout teams. But this falls on Matt, and it falls on Bart. And guys, I've been a big supporter of Matt and Bart in this setup. Matt has done a great job getting the 40s up and running up here. I don't want to take anything away from him. I don't want him to come back and say, hey, look, why are you doing this to me? Because I'm calling it a see it, Matt, and nothing against you. But if you're going to come out and state what the rules are, you need to go by the rules. You can't say, guys, if you're majors or a major plus player, you count as this many points, but we're only going by our division. I can stack a team that's never signed up to play in Texas softball style that are all major players in USSSA, and you're going to tell me you're going to allow that to happen because they're not on a roster within your sanction? No. You have to go by other sanctions. You cannot allow that to happen if you're trying to truly make this a fair system. You and I have had conversations. I've complained about some teams, and I'll give you this. It looks like you've been right to an extent. They are still always in the top. And I'm not talking about one team. I'm talking about multiple teams. They're always in the top of the bracket. They're always in the top 3 or 4. To me, if you finish in top 3 or 4 tournaments in a row and you're blowing teams out, you should be bumped. But when you come in and you put that roster that one team put on the field this weekend, you should have never let that fly. Never. I don't even know why it even happened. Did you even pull the roster and look at it? Did you even double check it? Did you check the rankings of the players and where they played in other divisions? My guess is, yeah, you did and you knew, but it was their first time to play together, so you allowed them to play. But you cannot tell me just because they've never played in my association that they're a AAA team. You cannot do that. You have to go by overall sanctioning in other associations. There are players that play majors, AA, AAA, B, and USSSA that have no business playing in a AAA bracket. I'm not going to go as far as saying C players. You could have C players playing in AAA, but you can't have a whole team of them. But there's no reason why AA, AAA, or B players should be playing AAA. Senior 40 and over ball with senior bats. These guys are top-notch players. Still, at the age of 40, they should not, absolutely should not, be playing AAA ball. Now, Matt, I'm going to extend this out to you. You want to call and you want to go live, or we can do it live. We can do a recorded podcast and put it out there, and you explain your ranking system and how y'all allowed this team to play. I am more than happy to sit down and do it. You know me, man. I heard the rumblings. I saw it. I watched it. I watched your video explaining how you're going to rank players, and then it happened. And they're not the only team that did it. I know a couple other teams that had 2 major plus players out there. They didn't do very well, but you still allowed to happen what you said on Facebook out there in front of everybody the week of the tournament was not going to happen, and you allowed it to happen. I'm sorry. Just like when I jumped all over Lone Star at the first of the year for the tournaments they threw and how bad they were, I'm doing the same thing here. I've always been called a Texas softball style supporter. People accused me of being in sanctioning with y'all because y'all have always done things right, and I've really never had anything to complain about. I've never really had anything to jump on y'all about because you have pretty much done everything y'all said you're going to do. Run tournaments great. I mean, this one was run great where we had no real problems. The umpiring is consistent. The rules are consistent. We know what we're playing by when we walk out there. But you have got to stick to what you say when it comes to player rankings. Y'all have no ranking system. You really don't. You say there's a point system, but nobody knows what they're rated as. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't know what you've got me ranked as. I know where I've played. I know what I should be ranked. I know what I think you're ranking me as. I know what I'm ranked in SSUSA. I know what I'm ranked in USSSA, but I have no idea what I'm ranked with y'all. So you've got to get a ranking system together. I know this is your first full year, but y'all have to get something put in play that's going to rank the players, show the players ranking so people know who they're playing against. And y'all know how to rank them into the tournaments, because this team should have never been allowed to play a AAA tournament. They're good. They won the tournament hands down. From what I understand, very little competition. Close games, yeah. Was it really? So Matt, reach out to me. Let's do a podcast. Don't have to be in the same room. I can do it online. We can talk, whatever we need to do to get this straightened out so you can explain yourself on how you allowed this team to play. You don't have to. It's your prerogative. But people want to know what type of ranking system you're going to have for players if you're going to come on Facebook and say majors are 2 points. Majors are 1 point. Major plus players are 2 points. We're not going to allow this to happen this weekend. We have to control where these players go play, and then you have a whole team full of them. And you have another team with one or two or three major plus players or four major players. I mean, you've got to give us a way to rank our players. You got to give us a way to know who's ranked what. So we as teams know who we can and can't have. Because right now, we could go pick up two major players or three major players or a major plus and two major players and not really know who they're ranked or how they're ranked. So let us know, Matt. Let us know when that system's going to be put in place. And you have to police these teams. And if you're going to say you're going to go by that letter of the law, you need to go by the letter of the law. Now, with that said, it was a great tournament. What I saw out there, everybody was having a good time. Not really any major problems that I saw while I was there. No real complaints while I was there. Everybody was enjoying the weather. It wasn't near as hot as it was the last tournament, thankfully. Matt, as far as that goes, y'all ran a great tournament. Just have an issue with the player rankings and a team or two that you let in it. With that said, guys, 100% support what is going on up here in the senior game. Matt has built a great program. We went from 2 years ago to even a half a year ago to having no teams up here, having to go down south every weekend for tournaments, and then now we're running tournaments with 20 teams, 15 to 20 teams consistently. Thank you, Matt, for what you've done. Just need to clean up a little bit and let us know a little bit more on the rankings. With this said, earlier in the week, I saw a post from South Texas teams. Why don't y'all come down south and play down south? Guys, I hate to say this, but we've been going down south for years playing senior softball. That was the only place we had to go was down south. Austin, Houston, League City, Georgetown, Killeen. Why don't y'all come up north and play? I know some of them do. We've seen some teams come up north to play. At this point, why would a team up north sign up to go down south when y'all can't even make a tournament down south? I'm not going to want to travel down there or sign up and get travel arrangements set up just to find out Thursday that the tournament's canceled because no South teams signed up. And we definitely don't want to drive down south and play the guys we can play up here 20 minutes from our house. I don't want to drive 4 hours to Houston to turn around and have a team full of North Texas teams because no South Texas teams show up. We've had Not Forgotten, San Antonio Canes. Oh, who else came up here? Of course, you got your major plus teams that have the mixtures. They come up and play. The Powerhouse, Quick Roof, those teams come up and play as well. What I don't get is your Texas softball style tournaments aren't making. The USSSA teams make. Why is USSSA tournaments making but not the softball Texas style? Now, I know not every senior USSSA tournament has made down south. But up here, up north, guys, we're getting 20 plus teams almost every weekend we play. If y'all want to play, come on. We welcome any team to come up here from any state, any portion of Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Arkansas, Louisiana, New York. We don't care. Come play. I know some teams, some states are still on lockdown. Guys, countrywide, Texas is playing. North Texas is playing. We have major tournaments up here, whether it's USSSA or Texas softball style. Both those associations fill the tournaments up 40 and over every time one is listed. 20 plus teams consistently. 15 to 20 teams consistently. Come join us. Texas, South Texas teams, come join us. We've done it. We've driven down there. We still will drive down there if y'all make tournaments. My team wants to travel down south. But why are we going to sign up for down south when y'all can't even make a tournament? Get a hold of Bart. Bart's running tournaments down south. Get a hold of Bart. Have him. Y'all start demanding. Bart will push the 40 bracket. But y'all have to ask for it. You have to show you have the will to make a tournament. And right now, for some reason down south, I just don't see the teams showing up. We had a guy that played for one of my teams in the past come up and play with us this weekend because his team just isn't making tournaments. They won't even come up here to play. Guys, we'd love to see the South Texas teams up here playing. We would love to go to Georgetown. I loved playing in Georgetown. Loved the atmosphere, loved the complex. I loved it. Not so much on Houston, but I'd go to Houston to play. We'd go back to Austin to play. I would love to go back down south and play and see some of those teams. But y'all aren't putting them together. Y'all aren't showing up to play. Where's Austin Classics? Where's the Freaks? Where's the I haven't seen Chicken Hawks this year. There's just teams we haven't seen. Would love to have y'all play. Would love to play y'all. Give us somebody different. That's your answer to why we don't go down south. South Texas teams. Y'all can come up here and play. Like I said, we've had some, but y'all want to say, why don't we come down south and play? Why don't y'all come up north and play? Nothing against it. Like I said, I enjoyed going down south for the past 2 or 3 years and playing. It's nice to play up here in my home area. It's nice not to have to drive 3 or 4 hours or 5 hours to go play ball. But if my team deemed, hey, that tournament's making, we're going, I'd be more than happy to drive down there and play against you guys. All right, I've actually extended this thing out to almost 20 minutes. Guys, Matt, open invitation to discuss the player rankings and how teams were allowed to play this past weekend with multiple majors and major plus players. Open board, man. Guys, if Matt's willing to do this and we're willing to go live, hit me up. Let me know what time would be a good time to go live where people get on and listen to this podcast. Until then, until next time. Oh, you know what? We got tournaments coming up, guys. Before I get off of this thing, I was getting ready to close this thing and hadn't even mentioned any other tournaments. I know we have a tournament coming up in Waxahachie. It is, I believe, a USSSA tournament. It is the Bat Wars, North Texas. You know, this does not show to be a seniors tournament, so I don't even know why it's on my page. This shows to be a men's B, C, D, and E. Jason Torres, if this is a senior tournament, sir, please let me know, because it doesn't show to be seniors on here. I'm letting them know if it's seniors, guys. It's in Waxahachie. It is August 15th and 16th. It says the first place gets 12 2020 bats. Shirts for first through fourth, $300. Call Jason Torres. That is August 15th and 16th. I do know that Matt has posted his tentative schedule. Trying to get to it for the upcoming tournaments. He's got an August 15th 35 plus men's and women's. Next 40 tournament would be September 12th, September 26th, 40. Guys, this one would be interesting. Let me mention this. August 22nd and 23rd, the 50 plus, Bart is hosting the state championship. I do not know where that's going to be at. If I find out, I will let y'all know on the Facebook page. All right, September 26th, 40 plus men's aluminum bat only tournament. Guys, I believe that would be fun. Find out who the true power hitters are. Hear that aluminum ping again would be awesome. And if I'm not mistaken, Matt had mentioned this to me a while back, guys, and he did say that any aluminum bat would be allowed. So if you have them, you can swing them. October 30 has a 40 plus. October 24th, the Chula Memorial in Waxahachie, 40s, 50s, and 55s. And October 31st, he has 35s plus men's and women. He has some more listed. We'll hit those later, guys. I'm pushing 23 minutes here. Matt does say he'll be running all four championship. I'll be running a 4 tournament championship points series November through December. Winners will receive cash just in time for Christmas. Teams will have to play 2 or 3, and of course the final tournament in December to qualify for the full prizes. Guys, those tournaments are November 7th, November 21st, December 5th, and December 12th, all 40 and over. All right, man. Guys, I will try to get back with y'all soon. Until next time, stay young and keep swinging for the fences.